right, so back for round 2. We have a hot one for you. Quentin Barker on Esper Control. We've had Quentin here a couple times. He's
been on
he's proven to be
Reclamation.
a very capable control player.
For sure. Very patient guy.
Yeah, he's on Esper Control. We had him on Reclamation last time. No Reclamation.
That's a very patient player. If they can play that shit, you're very patient.
No Reclamation Day. He's on Esper Control against what is probably the best deck in the format, Blue Red Murktide.
I'm excited to see him play this deck. So I think he'll play it really well.
You talking about Quentin?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
From what we've seen him play with Reclamation.
Yeah, a couple very capable players here.
Prismatic, yeah.
Yep, get it out of here.
That feels great.
Yeah. Esper Control, you figure, got a big boon just by the printing of its own Triome.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, everything did, man.
Oh, yeah.
Triomes are just... It was about time. And here's the dashed monkey.
Yeah, and the biggest thing here is going to be the treasure. Oh, okay. He's not even going to let it happen.
I'm not even fucking around.
Yeah, okay.
That is. It's one of the cards. One of the cards early. Let's hope you can draw into them. Draw into some more cards. See if we can turn some Archmage's Charms into cards here next turn. I mean, you shouldn't have another
I wouldn't have minded
follow-up.
taking the hit there, that first one. It's not like he's going to get anything castable off of you.
I agree. You probably could have afforded that. That was really aggressive.
But also, he probably just didn't want to get that ball rolling, and that's understandable.
Okay, so all he's got is lands and Archmage's Charm. So that's definitely going to draw some cards.
Yeah, that's seems like a winning hand to me.
Darcy, can we see what else Jeremiah's got in hand?
Sure.
Counterspell. He's got a pretty loaded hand here.
Yep.
2 Murktides, Counterspell, and I think an Otawara, I'm pretty sure. So he's got the stuff. So Quentin's going to have to dig into some good action here.
Otawara, sweet card, but man, it comes in a lot of different shapes and sizes.
Yeah. I remember when that one was spoiled that everybody was like, oh, it's kind of ho-hum, it's 4 mana. Turns out it's perfectly fine.
All right, so he tries to use this to steal, and instead it's just going to turn into a counterspell
So now,
and some surveilling.
I think he just probably has a bunch of lands in hand. Let's see. He got something. He's got a Prismatic.
All right.
That's a thing, but he
does have a spell in hand still.
No, that's a Triome.
Okay.
That's a Triome.
Yeah, and he'll shock so that he can cycle that one away.
It's a smart thing to do for sure.
Yeah, and it also makes
it's pretty desperate, which sucks.
No, but I like the shock here because also now your opponent.
No, you're representing.
Is thinking that like he's probably less likely to go for a Murktide right now.
Yeah, no, I don't hate the shock.
Well, let's see if I was correct or not, because he has the opportunity to go for a Murktide if he wants, and he does not.
Yep.
Yeah, because he was totally representing another Archmage's Charm.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oof.
Oh, that's a good draw. If you're going to draw a land, that's the best one.
No, that is. You're right. I'm not disagreeing there. Yeah, he needs to find some action because.
Yeah, we don't know what he got off of because he did have 2 draws. That's obviously one of the 2, so he could have something in hand.
He could.
Man, this card is just
insane.
So fucking fire, John. Like
I know.
It's really the power of these decks.
No, it is. It's a huge deal. Especially when you can do that.
Yeah, and he's really in a spot here where it's just like, okay, you want to sit back there and scry too? Well, fuck, I'm just going to draw all the cards.
Yeah, I'm going to sculpt a perfect hand while you're scrying a hand. All right, bottom of the monkey. And so now he's sitting with Otawara. Oh, the flippy.
Yeah, you got a bunch of stuff.
2 Archmage.
Has he played a land this turn? Because if not, I think that Otawara needs to get out there.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he has.
I'm not a fan of holding a land,
especially with having the consider.
Yeah, absolutely.
It keeps your
even
if
he didn't
happening.
Though. Even if he didn't,
sure.
like there's no reason to miss land drop just because your land might do something at some point.
Ooh, big tef.
That's a good one. This is the problem with playing at sorcery speed and tapping out like that.
Yeah. Yep, and also playing that Otawara could have bounced that thing at end state.
Yeah, and I unfortunately did not see an Unholy Heat. in its hand,
No,
which
no.
would be a nice little punishment for this Teferi.
Yeah, Unholy Heat is definitely keeping Planeswalkers honest.
I mean, it's kind of keeping them unplayable to
yeah,
to an
it
extent.
is for sure. I've cut all the walkers from the white deck. Absolutely, they're all gone.
Yeah, they just get unholy heated and it feels bad. I mean, it's kind of sad, like, because forever everybody was just like, that was the thought. It was like, you know, let's get better answers to walkers, and then they kind of went overboard a little bit. You know, it's just like,
walkers,
we didn't say make them unplayable,
right? For sure. And here's a big ass Murktide. That's
the best walker killer ever. Also, just Murk's fucking Titan.
So what do you think here? Is just draw into an answer, or just tuck that thing right off the bat?
I'm probably on Team Tuck here.
That's what I would do.
But it also depends on what you draw. I think it's probably the best thing he has for
well, he's got a snap, but I don't see any answer to it though.
He does not have an answer. No.
Yeah, I would have just tucked it.
Well, it's gonna die if you don't. So that's the problem.
Yeah. Here's a fetch.
I'm curious as to what kind of answers he has. Is he playing the
March for full X value?
No, I'm saying the Edict. They play the white black.
Sure,
Edict.
Kaya. Yeah, Kaya's Guile. That probably is the answer. I'd have to think.
Yeah, but I don't know. He does definitely look to be more of a blue white deck splashing black.
Yeah,
so
that is a great card though. That card keeps getting better as the format progresses too. Especially in this situation, Edict, eat your graveyard. You can't cast another Murktide.
Okay, he's gonna try this. Just a chump block.
Should probably go ahead and tuck it next turn. Because you had one turn to do this.
Yeah, I think that was... We haven't seen Quentin misplay, really, on stream. That might have been the first one. I think he was a little too optimistic about what that top card could be.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't... In this situation, staring down a Murktide and a dude that just sculpted his hand with a shit ton of mana up, I don't like...
Now he's on the tuck plan.
Okay, well, that's a good plan now.
Yeah, he's got second Teferi, so... his hand is starting to turn into something.
No, it is. It absolutely... He's got 2 snaps. It's just the things that are in his hand are just hard. But they just don't interact with Murktide all that well. Jeremiah drawing some cards, which feels great. He's going to get a snap and a counter smell, Archmage's Charge. Yep, counter that. He's like, yeah, not too big of a deal here.
He's going to counter instead of drawing his own, too. Interesting. Jeremiah still looking pretty good, though.
Oh, yeah, no, he seems to be in pretty good shape here, because he's still got in the Murktide raring to go once he gets built up again.
Yeah, and this
it'll only take a turn for that to happen.
This Izzet deck just the super efficient, super cheap threats combined with cheap interaction, good card draw. This deck just has it all, really. I've been really impressed with it. See, a lot of people have been experimenting with the Shredder over the Monkey in the list, just to kind of keep all your threats flying.
Which I like that.
The thing I like about it is it makes the deck cost $400 less.
For sure.
Which is a huge thing for me.
I mean, yeah, it should be. It's a huge thing for most people. And the thing feeds Murktides.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, just to basically like a second. I don't want to say a better DRC just because it does cost one more mana, but
it's
on board. It is.
Yeah. No, it's
Or can be anyway.
Okay, that's the answer. That's the answer to Murktide. It's not it doesn't feel great.
Yeah, it's not going to work out.
And that makes that hill a lot taller to climb when you let your opponent gain 8 life.
Yeah, he's on the 2-turn clock here. He just does everything fast. Supreme Verdict would be good.
Yeah. Thought about it. Thinking about it still. I think you got to, man.
Well, I think what he was thinking about, he also has a memory deluge.
Sure, yeah.
And if Supreme Verdict is a card in his deck, I think that's something you at least have to consider.
This temporary solution is not, especially with as much as this deck digs, the tech is very not. I mean, it doesn't feel good. Because he's going to just dig right to it again. That tech without any kind of shuffle effect definitely feels worse.
Well, the thing is, though, he's running out of gas to be able to delve this thing. So
no, that's true. But
they're getting smaller every time.
Well, they're getting smaller every time, but they are still castable.
Yeah. No, I mean, but yeah, if it's a 7-mana 3/3, you don't feel as bad about it.
No, you do not. You do not. But in the Esper deck, you don't care about its power and toughness. You care about the fact that it's just a threat. Because you're not doing damage to anything anyway. And you're already so far down.
He's actually going to shuffle it away anyway, it looks like.
Oh, okay. Give a shit. All right.
So it looks like he's fetching in response to the Surveil trigger.
Nice.
And maybe he's just... maybe he's only got like 1 or 2 fetchable lands left in his deck, and that would make a lot of sense. He found one. I don't know if he has 2, so probably a pretty heady play by Jeremiah if that was his last fetchable land.
Two.
You liked it? I think I saw a bolt.
Yeah. Don't even respect the walker. Don't need to. Still sitting pretty. He's got in hand.
Yeah, I tried to.
Yeah, he flips his damn card so much. And there's that. And
he's got a Spell Pierce. Okay. This is the stage of the game where Spell Pierce does not look as good.
No.
But you can still get somebody.
You can. You absolutely can. All right, here's the Murktide. Yeah, all right, this is it. Quentin's got to have something here. And there it is.
There it is. Okay, that's a good one.
Nice. All right.
See, this is so where it would have been awkward if Quentin would have fired off
anything else,
the memory deluge, and got it Spell Pierced. Like, ugh.
Right.
That'd be gross.
So this is where Ledger Shredder might really show some value here, because Quentin's, he's kind of getting back into trying to get things happening.
I think he's going to attempt to get rid of it here.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, that's 2 spells, so he gets the value.
Yeah, that's what makes that card crazy, is it triggers for it's symmetrical. That's pretty nuts.
Yeah, as we talked about the unfortunate lightning bolt target.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, got rid of that spell pierce that was just dead in hand. So, and this is the card that gets people back into games. This thing's
just this. I found that this is kind of a must counter.
Yeah, no,
in these decks,
Well, especially at this stage when you're like you've just secured your survival, and they're gonna draw this thing. Like, oh yeah, no. If you can stop it, you probably should.
All right, so he exiled the Consider, and he's going to consider the top card of his library.
Bin and bobble.
Let's see what he's working with now. Bolt, Heat.
Holy Heat, Archmage's Charm. That's a pretty good 3.
It is a pretty good 3.
That gives him a lot of play here. And 2.
Okay.
I feel like
I would use the bolt there.
Well,
I know
he might be planning on going to face.
That's what he's thinking, but I just think it's.
I would have rather saved that for a Walker, because a Walker is going to turn the game around on fast.
I'm with you 100%, John. I think it's optimistic to think that bolt is going to find the face.
Yeah.
And win the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it could.
It could. It happens, but I do.
Not like it's never happened before, but. All right.
These things are how you're going to get the game. This is what's going to get the win.
Is just these Dragon Rage channelers?
Yeah, just the just super efficient threats, you know?
Yeah, it is, I think, a 1/1 right now.
Yeah. Or is it?
Well, he's been delving away his entire graveyard, so that is the one kind of nombo in the deck.
Yeah, it's a nombo, but it also...
Yeah, it's a combo and a nombo. Like it's
funky.
It's a combo to get your delve on, but then once you delve,
yeah,
you got to start all over. As long as you keep drawing cards, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have a Chalice on one. Nope, he's gonna start by paying 1 mana to exile this.
He's gonna consider in response, or no, opt. Get these things all mixed up. Another 1 mana cantrip.
That is consider.
Is it consider?
Yeah.
Okay. Also,
is it?
Million artworks. It is. It's consider.
The text looks like
the text
opt.
looks like opt. That's what I said. Like I thought it was consider, but then I looked
But
at
the
the
artwork
text.
looks like consider. I don't know what the fuck he's playing.
Too many cards. We're too old for this shit. Too many cards, too many arts. We're trying. It does look like consider.
It does. I don't know. Maybe he's playing a foreign copy.
That might be it. Yeah, but that's what it is. That's what it is. Yep. That's what made me say opt was the 3.
Yeah, it looked like a very short word.
Oh, shit. You just got what we needed. All right. Well, that's pretty good. Well, that fooled Quentin's plan.
A lot of stuff nowadays. He's like, what do you have left?
Yeah, exactly. That is a lot. And here's the chalice, which is still, it's still impactful. It's going to do some work regardless.
And he's deciding whether or not it's worth it
to counterspell
to counterspell this.
He did. And then stick the chalice. He's not in bad shape.
I think what he was considering was like, I can turn this thing into a 1/1 for a turn with this card.
Yeah, it doesn't do enough.
But yeah, it's probably important to get it. Like that's why he wanted to read the Murktide. Like, does he? If he has another one, am I fucked getting rid of this counterspell? All good questions. So I think that he's hoping to get it. Okay, so now we're gonna see this. This is like the best feeling play ever.
Oh yeah, no, it is.
I love. This is my favorite play in Magic right now, honestly.
Yeah, it's powerful.
All right, it's gonna get a counterspell. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, does he want to get rid of these guys? Yeah, I don't like drawing lands this late.
Yeah, for sure.
Go down to 5.
Yeah, when you get this far in,
he does. His opponent does have a lightning bolt with his name on it, but the chalice on 1 says, "Fuck your lightning bolt."
See, I wonder if he plays any more Ottawaras or not, or just one of. Because it does bounce.
It seems like it's a card that would only be a 1 of.
Right.
But you never know.
I like 2 of those cards myself. That's where I've settled mostly is 2 ofs.
I think my favorite finisher in Control right now is actually Hall of the Storm Giants. Have not seen that from Quentin yet. Probably a little harder to play in a 3-color deck.
A little, yeah.
It does finish games really quickly. The Scry too. This land is so good, man.
Yeah. No, the castles are all. I still maintain that's one of the best. That's one of the best things.
It's like the best one of land in a control deck.
Yeah.
I feel like I always play 1, and I'm always so happy when I draw it. And
I think that whole cycle was the most fairly powerful cycle to come out of that set. I think it was one of the best things that set gave us.
What's he building up here? Wow, they're just doing draw go where he's just stacking the top of his deck every turn. That's playing. Yeah, it's looking really good for the control player now.
Yeah, now it is. Look at his hand.
Yeah, this is completely turned around.
Yeah, Jeremiah just couldn't quite get there.
Yeah,
what does he have in hand?
He had a small window. Well, he's probably got a bunch of 1-drops if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
Chalice, man.
Yeah, Chalice is good. It's a good card.
Very well played by Quentin for sure.
Yeah,
That was close. That was a
I
hell
tell
of a
you what,
game.
man, he plays fast.
Yeah, that was a hell of a game, man. That was good.
Yeah, very well played. I'd like to play a control mirror against this guy. I think we'd have some fun. All right, let's see what the sideboards are looking like. Okay, so it looks like some Mystical Disputes and Jason Mind Sculptor coming in
like,
on Jeremiah's side.
Quentin's thinking about Flusterstorm.
I hate that card.
Dovin's Veto seemed good. Maybe that thing. I don't know.
It's uncounterable, which is probably kind of relevant in this matchup.
It's a nice answer to Murktide.
I like it.
You ready to say Fatal Push 2? It's not bad.
Yeah, I think Fatal Pushes are nice.
Flusterstorm is kind of...
Yeah, I just don't like the card.
Everything in his main looks pretty easy. Going to trim Solitudes. You kind of want those too. Sharknadoes could be trimmed.
Yeah, I think maybe that, like...
Esper Charm, there you go. Trim that thing.
I don't like the idea of having Chalices and Fatal Pushes. I think you're kind of one or the other, you know?
Yeah, the dress downs aren't doing anything for you. I like cutting those. Prismatics are way too good to cut. There's a lot of hits on that. Yeah, he's going to trim one anyway.
All right, so he's more on the Fatal Push. But it's just, isn't it a little weird, John, to bring in the Fatal Pushes and keep in the Chalices?
It's weird for that, and it's also weird to favor Fatal Push over Prismatic Ending.
Especially with the Chalices, right?
With the Chalice.
Yeah.
With the Chalice, and Fatal Push is feeding his graveyard, which he's using to delve.
Yeah.
There's also that. So you have a couple different angles that are kind of wonky there.
I might cut that Shark Typhoon.
I would say that's cuttable. I mean, it looks like it's a one-off.
You are going to be on the draw this turn, so honestly, bringing in a bunch of 3-drop 1-for-1s, I like less here.
Yeah.
But all he really needs to do is get to that stabilized position. It looks like he's man, he just does everything so fast. Yeah. I don't even know what he just got here.
No, I feel like I don't see the Fatal Pushes over the Prismatics. I don't see that.
It is a little weird with the Chalice, and we'll see if that comes up.
I'm gonna switch back over to Twitch, see if anybody. I don't think anybody's paying any attention, but maybe. Nope, still just us. So the podcast settled around 8 viewers pretty much the entire time. It's the best we've ever done.
Yeah, I think it got up to. I think I saw it go from 9 to 10 just as I was closing out the app, which is unfortunate for that 10th.
Yeah.
That 10th
So
person.
apparently people like to hear us talk nonsense.
Yeah.
Nonsense and shit.
We can do that. Fuck.
We can do that all motherfucking day. That's what we do. Oh, he brought in Flusterstorm too. Look at that.
Oh my god. These guys. These fucking guys. We're going to see a Flusterstorm battle at some point.
Oh, shit.
I was playing against a Flusterstorm player one time in paper, and he's like, Flusterstorm, and like, I'm like, well, Veil of Summer. And he's like, well, I haven't made my copies yet, so I'll make copies and counter. I'm like, well, if you haven't made your copies by the time I cast this, you missed your trigger. You know?
Yeah, no, that's the, no. Yeah, when Flusterstorm goes on the stack, the copies are made.
Like, you trigger, like you cast it, trigger. If I respond and you let me respond and you never say trigger or never like say storm or like if you never indicate that happened, then I'm assuming that all your copies are going on the thing that you're trying to counter.
I don't think that even. I think that as soon as you cast that shit, they go on the stack.
It is a trigger. It is a trigger.
Okay.
Yeah, it is a trigger. But I mean, it's not like a thing that you like. You're gonna miss. I mean,
yeah,
it's just a thing that you assume happens. I assume that he made copies, and he's like, "Well, I hadn't made my copies yet, so I copy this." And I'm like, "That's not how that works." Because if I'm able to put this on the stack, you've already made your copies, you know. And if you haven't, then you missed it.
Right. Express Federation from Jeremiah. Let's see if he got a Darcy down on turn 1. I think he did. Looks like there's something sideways, so I'm assuming it's a Darcy.
Sorry, lone man with the mouse.
It's
today.
a monkey. He exiled the Flusterstorm. That's the best
that's like the best case scenario.
Yeah.
He really helped you out with that
Quentin.
one, Quentin.
Yeah. So Quentin's, I'm assuming, holding up a counterspell. Let's hope. Yep, there's one in there. They always have a counter spell. So now in modern, you just if they're turn 2, they have a counter spell. You just know they do. You just plan around that. Getting aggressive again. I mean, it worked the first time.
He's not a fan of these monkeys.
Ooh. Jesus.
Flusterstorm. Boom.
Holy shit! We saw it, and Quentin, you just got.
That was wrecked. That was
you
wrecked.
You just got. Now you have 0 guys.
You have that terrible shark typhoon that we told you to cut. I don't know that that's really a playable card anymore. Sorry to say it.
To just jam in a control deck for the sake of it.
Yeah, it seems atrocious in this matchup. I mean, I guess he can try to. He's going to try to get the monkey with it, so we'll see if it works out.
I mean, that's the best thing he's doing, and that's all he's doing. That could have been any other thing to get the monkey.
Hard to imagine there's no heat or.
Oh, yeah, there's something coming here.
Yeah, this is
it's dead.
Say hello to my little heat.
He said dead.
Yeah.
And
what are you doing there? He's over there searching for a token for him that you know you're just going to blow up. It's kind of rude there, Jeremiah. Let me help you look for that's the old the attic theory, the guy who steals your wallet and helps you look for it.
Oh shit. I need to get this goddamn token.
You spend so much time in a seated position.
Oh my god.
I don't know what that is.
All right. Some kind of an ad off of your phone. At least it wasn't YouPorn or something like that.
Shut the fuck up.
Might have upped our ratings.
Muted. All right. No, I didn't even clean up the tokens every Friday. I just always forget because I'm tattooing like 80 hours a week, so it's hard for me to stay on top of all the things.
Nobody wants to hear your excuse, John.
Accountability, man. Accountability. I can't make excuses here. This is on me. It's my fault.
Every time I open this, the same beer falls out. That thing's gonna blow up.
I know. I need to rig up an arm for that door. You gonna grab me something of any kind? I don't really care.
We're gonna do these. It's kind of sweet, so. I'm gonna attempt to open this thing that has fallen out like 15 times.
All right, here's a march. Damn. All right. Monkey down. Snapcaster in play.
Dash monkey. Here comes 4. Yeah, the monkey doesn't get as good a hits against a control deck.
No, it doesn't.
But
when you can dash it over and over again and protect it, it feels pretty decent.
Well, these treasures are kind of half the problem with the monkey, right? Like, especially you're missing land drops. Those treasures come in pretty handy.
Oh yeah, they do. Dash this motherfucking monkey. Snap. Try to do something. Jeremiah says.
Yeah, I like this. He's going to try to kill the monkey and then probably block the Snapcaster.
Don't heat there.
Okay. Let's.
Monkey in response. Oh shit! He's going to spell pierce him.
Oh my god! He just had it all.
Everything.
He just had it all that game.
Shit.
That's why these Murktide decks are so hard. Even like. They just go so small.
Yeah,
right?
no, this shit's so efficient. This shit is so efficient. It's so hard to position when it's that many efficient.
Yeah, Spell Pierce look good there. Honestly, like I actually didn't hate the Flusterstorm in his deck here.
For his deck, it makes more sense than his deck.
Yeah.
But I suppose because there's so many small things that maybe Quentin feels like it has a better premium in this match to bring it in. And maybe, if he would have been able to draw it, maybe it would have done something.
If I'm playing Quentin's deck, the only thing I'm bringing it in against is like Cascade decks, probably.
Yeah, right.
What do you think of that? It's different, yeah?
It's different. So usually milkshakes I'm not a fan of. Usually they're just way too much. And this is way more balanced than they usually are. No, I like that.
It's hard to argue with anything these guys do, honestly.
No, it's really good. No, yeah, like I said, every milkshake I've had has been rough. They're always too sweet, always too just too much. And that's actually on point. If we ever get any kind of viewership, we can do beer reviews while we do this thing and get like sponsors. Every match we review a different beer.
There we go. I probably don't feel the need since we're giving free free advertising out as is. So this is where it kind of sets up better for Quentin. You got an opponent who's mulliganing, and with his efficient deck, you're a control deck and you're on the play.
Oh yeah, you're gonna feel way better.
You feel pretty good, I think. It's a land heavy kind of hand.
It is, and he doesn't have any kind of. Does he have any kind of considering?
Oh wow, and he's getting rid of the burn spell. Interesting. Draws another land. Yeah, I think he had a shred. I think that's a shredder over there.
Yeah.
I think that's the only really selection he has, which doesn't work as well with counter spells as what you would think. Like,
yeah,
because really you want to be proactive getting through your deck.
Right.
And the control deck is not going to give you a lot. You know, like they're not going to give you a lot of places early in the game for that spell pierce.
No. You're going to have to hold on to that and time it just right.
Yeah, this is going to be actually a scary spot is where, because you really only play right now is to play the Shredder on turn 2 into an opponent with control opponent with open mana. Like that's
yeah, I'd probably just hold up and pass and just be more patient.
Go for with a spell pierce backup.
Yeah,
next
I would
turn.
rather do that. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, I mean there is something to that, but I've always maintained, you know, like against a control deck, it's not getting better for you.
No,
know?
for sure. But I think when you're in that
some
position,
people are of the thought process that like you just play into the counter spells, and that's fair. That's a fair strategy, but
it is.
A lot of times it's not getting better for you.
No, for sure. No, I think I do not hate him just passing. And
with the spell pierce in hand, I definitely like doing it the first time. See what you draw.
Yeah.
It's just scary for him now because like normally with this deck you don't care if he counters your one threat.
Right.
But it's just you don't have another one, you know,
right.
and that's where it gets scary.
I want to see if he drew another one, and that might draw him another one.
Yeah, I think with third land I like doing it now because if he
you
counters
have
it,
to
he counters it.
You have to do it now.
Uh-oh, hey. Sure, you don't want to show him all the cards there.
And push.
Oh,
and
and
this
spell
is
pierce looks horrible here. God, it looks horrible.
This is where Flusterstorm would have been great. Hey, look at that.
It is Flusterstorm. Trigger.
Yeah, Flusterstorm has looked good.
Flusterstorm has looked good in this deck.
Yeah.
But with this just super hyper efficient. I mean, this plays like an old, like a legacy Delver deck, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, it does very much so. And Lutef, probably going to bounce.
Yeah, yep. I like that. God, that's gross.
Yeah, that feels... And he knows that Quentin's just stacking up over here.
Yeah, Quentin's looking really good here.
And land heavy hand to start, and I'm pretty sure he probably just drew that. Or I guess maybe not.
All right.
Pass.
Running it back.
There's going to be...
Oh, wow. He's just got so many answers.
Oh, dude, he does. He has everything. Jesus.
Yeah, he can... Like,
Jesus.
So, what do you think about killing this thing in response just so he doesn't get extra value off of casting something?
I probably would. I don't want to... I'd never want to give my opponents extra value. Yeah. Especially when you have so many things that you get to do. He has 2 prismatics. Did he have 2 prismatics in hand?
Yeah, he's got 2 prismatics, a counter spell. He's got the thing that can't be counted. Like,
I would do it right now. I mean...
Yeah, I would too. Because
I would at least do it during his
you know what? It worked out for him. Of course, if his opponent draws a consider off the top, all of a sudden it doesn't look as good.
Right.
Well, I guess he has to draw. He needs 2 spells to do it. So with that, you do it in response to the first one, I guess.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. Man, this Little Teferi is just a fucking busted magic card, man.
It is. We all know it is. And we just suffer it. That's one thing we were talking about Arena the other night on the podcast. And in Arena...
it's a 4-mana thing.
They made him cost 4. And that makes him...
It's not they didn't only do that, but they changed the wording of his static
yeah,
ability.
they did, right?
Yeah, it's basically it just says that your opponents can't cast spells on your turn.
Right. Yeah.
Which is much better because it doesn't shut down the
for sure. So there we go.
The other things.
There we go, Wizards. Print that in paper and just send it out. For real.
I'm not a fan of changing a card like that. Like just ban it. I hate the idea of.
I mean, that's we all know that's
the fact that what's printed on the card is not actually what it does is just insane to me.
Yeah.
He's playing with 2 copies of the trio. That's interesting.
I don't think that's that bad. Not for a control deck.
I wouldn't do it.
I think it's fine. It seems like a lot, but there's spots for it in a control deck to be played, the right times.
I think that this I don't see. The only thing Quentin can lose to, in my opinion, right now is the clock.
Yeah, I mean he's
or some really well drawn. I don't even think.
Yeah,
I think I'm trying to say something. It's like
once this happens,
like
it's over.
A string of unholy heats.
Yeah. Now once there's both the fairies online, uncontested, it's over.
Yeah, and like he's got like 2 of those uncounterable kill your Murktide cards in hand.
Exactly. And Jeremiah fucking understands. He's like, nope, I'm getting rid of this Murktide. No, I agree. I think this is in the bag. I don't think Jeremiah's going to get out of this. I play against control enough to know when it's done, and this is that moment when it's done.
And the thing is, Quentin knows too.
Oh, yeah.
And
shit, Jeremiah probably knows.
Yeah.
I think everybody knows.
The only thing that can beat Quentin now is the clock. And what have we said ever since he sat down? He plays fast.
Right.
He does everything fast. He fucking changes his life total fast. He sideboards fast. He'll uptick his goddamn planeswalker fast. Like he is. Oh, this is a fast scry. Look at this thing. Boom. Yep, he knows what he wants. They're back. I say it's the slowest thing he's ever done.
Right.
There must be an actual decision to be made here.
Yeah. Jeremiah is so fucked. This is so over. There's just nothing to do. There's nothing to say about this.
I mean, there's nothing to do but die.
Yeah.
He's 2 turns away from the point where you really think that you probably should just concede.
Oh yeah, no. When he ultimates that big Tef.
If you where they get if you ultimate the big Tef and then immediately throw down a Jace or I don't know if he's playing Jay. If you throw down another,
he's probably got 1 in there. I'd have to imagine. You got to play at least 1, right?
Because like Jeremiah is to the point now where he's basically bending anything that's not unholy heat.
Yeah.
And the thing is, he has no illusion that the unholy heat is gonna like resolve.
Right.
But like, you have to play to your outs and just hope that the 18 extra cards he's drawn that one of them is not a counterspell of some sort.
Right. Yeah. No, we all know. We all know what's happening here. This is just beyond.
The only thing that Quentin needs to add to this little, like the chalice on 1 is looking pretty good right now. You know?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Just a fucking extra cake to eat.
Yeah. A little more insult to this injury. Is he gonna like this? At this point, you might as well use the 3 mana thing on the fucking 1 mana dude.
Right. No, he doesn't even give a shit.
Oh, he's just gonna hard cast a Solitude probably. What is he doing? 7 mana?
No, he's making a giant shark.
Giant shark. Okay, yeah.
The opponent can't say shit about it, so.
Yeah. I mean, that plays. Well, hey, if he has the unholy heat, shields are down.
No, he's not at instant speed. Or was that on?
That was attack. That was during an attack. So
yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. I wouldn't have given that up for that.
Oh wow, he chose to take out. All right.
I would have.
So
I would have just made a 3/3 shark. Why wouldn't he have just made a 3/3 shark?
So he took out the little Teferi because he didn't want to get his thing bounced, but he doesn't know that Quentin has the uncounterable thing in his hand.
Yeah.
And it can just kill that.
I just don't know why Quentin wouldn't have just made a 3/3 shark. Like, it's control, man. You're gonna get there anyway. Like, the 2 extra points don't matter. The 2 extra points don't matter.
He's gonna have to discard. Yeah, he's gonna have to discard a hand size.
You could have had everything. So you could have spent that counter spell, saved your little Teferi. Like,
Quentin does need to draw lands. I mean, if I'm gonna criticize anything here for a control deck, you would like to have more lands.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah, I feel like he should have just kept up the counter spell in that situation. I do not like Shields down in that moment. He's going to win anyway. I still think he's got this in the bag.
Oh, yeah.
But I just think that was... There's no reason to give up that amount of control in that situation when you were legitimately, absolutely, irrefutably in control of the entire situation.
And he did just discard Prismatic Ending to hand size.
For 2 points of damage per turn, that's not worth it in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think he should have just held up the 2 man.
If you're playing the Murktide deck and you see your opponent discarding Prismatic Ending to hand size, that does not feel good.
Yeah, I just don't like giving up that Teferi, man. Jeremiah was so completely, utterly out of this if he would have just protected that Teferi. That 3/3 shark would have gone the motherfucking distance. I mean, like, and Jeremiah would have had nothing to say about anything. And there it is.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right.
And we appreciate that kind of a scoop. Not fucking around. We appreciate that, Jeremiah. I would have done the same thing. As soon as that happens, fuck it.
Yeah, very few times has somebody won after that.
Oh no, yeah, I can't think of any time I've ever seen that happen.
I saw it one time in the Pro Tour.
Yeah, one time?
One time in the Pro Tour.
Jesus. That had to be fucking
epic. And it was active for several turns. It was one of the coolest things I've ever seen.
Jesus, that's crazy, yeah. Alright, so that was a hell of a match too. Thanks to these guys for giving us some really fucking great games to watch. And we're gonna be back in just a few.
Yeah.